Hey guys, welcome back to the Dynamic Body Project. I'm Dr. Swearingen. Today we're going to continue talking hip capsule mobility. Last week we did 3 basic positions. We did the 90-90, we did the supine butterfly stretch, and we did the supine M stretch. They're all designed to help our hips get into internal or external rotation, and we held all of these stretches for about 2 minutes. They're called static stretches. We did that to allow the tissue to get aware of the new position, to begin to relax and elongate, and teach the nervous system that it's okay for these tissues to be in these ranges. Today we're adding force. We're going to contract at these end ranges to teach tissue resiliency. We want to increase what we call force capacity of tissues, how much force they can take. Now, while we do this, rules of thumb. A, never force something that hurts. That's not the goal here. We're not trying to drive through pain. We're trying to teach these tissues new ranges of motion and how to stabilize themselves in these new ranges of motion, and it should not hurt. It should be difficult, very difficult. It should not hurt. And the other rule of thumb is if you're injured, before you try doing these are more advanced level techniques, get evaluated. Have a primary healthcare physician take a look at you and give you the thumbs up that it's okay to do these. Now, let's jump into the position. If you remember last week, the 90-90 position was with our legs. So we're going to have our shin, our left shin and our left thigh make a right angle. We're going to have our right thigh and our right shin make another right angle. We want these to be sharp. We want to make sure that we stack this back leg. I didn't give you a side view last week, so let's do that today. We want to get that 90-degree angle. We don't want to tuck this. We want to keep that pushed out. Now in this position here, what we're wanting to do, our left hand's going to be close to our left thigh. My shoulders are going to be square, and I want to get tall, the same thing we did last time, to get into the stretch. And we're going to drive our belly button forward. We're trying to roll our pelvis forward. This is all the same as last week. Our right hand can grab our right ankle for stability. Now, what we want to do is we want to stay tall in the top part, the chest, reaching this forward, but we want to close the gap. Once you reach that end range, and we've held this 60 seconds to 2 minutes, now we want to activate under tension. And what we're going to do is we're going to drive from my heel to my knee. This entire shin is going to get smashed into the ground like we're trying to smash a bug underneath our leg. Whenever we do this, we're going to hold it for 15 seconds. After 15 seconds, we're going to turn on the pull. We're going to start pulling this entire structure to our chest. What we don't want to do is lose the angle that we've created with our hip and our thigh. We don't want to lose that. Stay driven down. If you're able to lift your leg off the ground, you're not tight enough. You haven't created enough, you haven't taken the slack out enough to perform this exercise. So make sure you readjust, get that down so whenever you're activating under tension, there's nowhere to go. This is very uncomfortable. It's very difficult, and it recruits a lot of muscle activity. As we're doing this, don't be lazy with the rest of the body. We're going to do something called a radiation. We're going to take our activation, our ability to activate muscles, and we're going to do that throughout the entire body. Start in the core, feel it go down the back leg, feel it go into the butt, feel it go up the spine, feel it go into your arms, into your neck. We want to contract everything. So go ahead and get into position. We close the gap, chest nice and proud, and now we're going to smash down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into the pull. We're pulling it up. Pull, pull. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Don't come out of the new range. Let your pelvis rock a little forward. Learn the new spot. We just engage these tissues under tension. We will perform that 2+ times. I recommend for beginners, start at the 2. That's a good baseline. It's a good way that you can do that 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 days a week, we can start replicating 2 reps on each side. Whenever you jump for big numbers, it's hard to always find the time to do that. So start at 2 and we'll work our way up. Whenever we're doing the pull, whenever we're trying to lift the entire leg to our chest, we want to feel like we're a Venus flytrap almost. So if I came and I pulled your shoulder and pushed down your leg, there's so much resistance there, we're not going to create any movement through there. Now, we've done 2 reps on the left side. We want to rotate and do the same thing on the opposite leg. So now we just stack it down. That's an easy transition to keep you honest. Again, we've already done the stretching, the static stretching. We square our chest up, left hand can grab left ankle, we close the gap, and we're going to re-drive our knee into the ground. Remember, the whole shin's going down. 15 seconds. After 15 seconds, we engage and we're pulling the leg up to our chest, this right here. You're going to feel it really deep in the hip on both activities, where you're pressing down and you're pulling up. 15 seconds each one, 2 reps each side. Really good beginner. Now let's go back to the start side, where I have my left leg out. We just trained the leg in external rotation. Now we want to train the leg in internal rotation. This can be difficult. We're going to show you a few basic setups, and then I'm going to show you how it's done. So to face you to see the setup, what we can start with is very hard to create a lot of range of motion through this hip here. So we can take both hands and put them square on the ground over here so we get more leverage and we can control our back leg more. Our very first exercise, my elbows are locked, I'm irradiating, my body is tense, I'm creating that tension. What I want you to do is I want you to lift your heel off the ground. We want to pick it up, and we're going to hold that 15 seconds. I also want you in this position here to try and smash your shin into the ground. The same thing we did with this leg as we're smashing it down. You should feel that on the inner thigh, the groin, and we're just smashing down. Those are the 2 mechanics. The side view, now that you know where my hands are, get into position. We can start here, and we're going to internally rotate that, reach that foot as high as you can. Then we're going to smash to the ground. Those are the 2 activations we're going to work. If this is easy for you though, a quick variation, we can close the distance. We can sit up more on this. I can grab my shin and make it much harder. I decrease the range of motion through here. This is a position I'm going to be in. I recommend most of you start over here, get a feel for it, and then start working to stack up. We'll run through the exercise. The very first one I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my heel off the ground. So I have been in this position for about 2 minutes now. My belly button has rolled forward. I've closed all the distance here. We're going to internally rotate. Strong, strong, everybody squeezing, and we lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Straight into the ground and squeezing. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just so you know, a point of emphasis is whenever I'm smashing into the ground, I'm really focusing on my ankle here to create external rotation. I really want to feel like my leg is lifting off. I just don't want to lift it off. I want to twist to create that external rotation through here. We're going to perform that 2 times, and then we're going to do our transition. Same thing. Get into position, nice and strong. Lift that heel off the ground. Hold 15 seconds, and then drive that ankle into the ground. Hold 15 seconds. We'll perform 2 reps each side. That is 8 total reps that we'll perform. You should feel like you had a good workout and you have a good pump. They're very difficult. If you ever have any questions, please give comments or calls. This is a difficult routine, but practice will make perfect because you're going to start organizing and becoming more aware of how to activate these tissues under tension. Until next time, guys, like, share, save, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Have a good day.